In the ancient village of Umuiku, nestled between lush green hills and the sacred river Udeni, the people lived in harmony with the land and the spirits. The villagers revered Allah, the earth goddess, who nurtured the crops, protected the people, and ensured peace. Every year they held a grand festival in her honor, offering yams, coconuts, and palm wine. Allah was pleased and the village prospered. However, as the years passed, a dark cloud loomed over Umuiku. The crops began to fail, the rains ceased, and once fertile land became barren. The elders, wise in the ways of the spirits, knew that Allah was disappointed, but they didn't know why. They consulted the oracle, who spoke in riddles, and revealed that only the last daughter of Allah could save the village. The villagers were confused. Who was this last daughter of Allah? They had not heard of such a person in their midst. The oracle, sensing their despair, spoke again, this time more clearly. The last daughter of Allah is not of the earth, but of the spirit. She is born of the earth's heart and walks among you. Yet you see her not. She is the guardian of the land, and only through her can the bond between Allah and her children be restored. The village elders were more puzzled than ever. They searched far and wide, seeking a maiden who fit the oracle's description, but no one could be found. Days turned into weeks, and the situation grew more worse. The river began to dry up, and the animals fled the forests. The people of Umuiku were on the brink of despair. In a small hut on the outskirts of the village lived a young woman named Ikem. She was a quiet and humble girl, often overlooked by others. Ikem was an orphan, her parents having passed away when she was a child. She spent her days tending to a small garden and gathering herbs for the village healer who had taken her in as an apprentice. Despite her simple life, Ikem had always felt a deep connection to the earth. She spoke to the plants as if they were old friends, and they seemed to respond to her care with unusual vitality. Even when the rest of the land was dying, she could sense the pain of the earth and felt an overwhelming sadness whenever she walked through the withering fields. One evening, as Ikem sat by the river, she noticed something strange. A small patch of land near the water's edge was still green and thriving. Curious, she knelt down and touched the soil. Instantly, she felt a surge of energy course through her body. The earth seemed to speak to her, not in words, but in feelings and images. Ikem closed her eyes, and in her mind, she saw a vision of a majestic woman, tall and graceful, with skin the color of rich soil and eyes that shone like the full moon. The woman was surrounded by a radiant light, and Ikem knew at once that this was Allah, the earth goddess. Allah smiled at her and spoke in a voice that was both gentle and powerful. "My daughter, you have always been close to me, though you did not know it. You are the last daughter of Allah, the guardian of the land. Only you can heal the earth and restore balance that has been broken." Ikem was shocked. How could she, a simple village girl, be the last daughter of Allah? But the goddess' words rang true in her heart. She realized that her connection to the earth, her ability to nurture life in the midst of death, was not just a gift, it was her destiny. Allah continued, "The bond between the earth and its people has weakened because they have forgotten their respect for the land. They take without giving, and now they must learn to honor the earth once more. You, my daughter, must remind them of this sacred duty." Ikem nodded, understanding the weight of the responsibility that had been placed on her shoulders. She knew what she had to do. The next day, Ikem went to the village square, where the elders and the people had gathered in a desperate attempt to find a solution to their problem. She stood before them, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "I am Ikem, the last daughter of Allah. The earth has spoken to me, and I have seen the goddess in a vision. She is angry because we have forgotten our duty to her. We have taken from the earth without giving back, and now we are suffering the consequences." The villagers were stunned. Could this quiet, unassuming girl really be the one the oracle had spoken of, but as they looked into Ikem's eyes, they saw a strength and wisdom that had never noticed before. The earth is alive, Ikem continued, and it fuels our actions. We must restore the balance by giving back to the land what we have taken. We must plant new trees, care for the soil, and treat the earth with the respect it deserves. Only then will Allah forgive us and the land be healed. The elders, recognizing the truth in Ikem's words, bowed their heads in agreement. They ordered the villagers to begin the work of restoration immediately. Everyone from the youngest child to the oldest elder took part in the effort. They planted trees, cleared the streams, and offered prayers of thanks to Allah. Ikem led the way, her hands in the soil, her heart filled with a deep love for the earth. As they walked, the skies began to change. Dark clouds gathered, and soon the long-awaited rains fell, soaking the parched land. The earth drank deeply, and within days, green shoots began to emerge from the ground. The village was saved, and the people rejoiced. They celebrated not only the return of the rains, but also the rediscovery of their connection to the land. Ikem, the last daughter of Allah, was honored as a hero, but she remained humble, knowing that her true reward was the healing of the earth and the renewal of the bond between the people and their goddess. From that day forward, the people of Umuiku lived with a renewed respect for the earth. They taught their children to honor the land, to give as much as they took, and to remember that they were the stewards of the earth, not its masters. And so the village flourished once more, its people and the earth in harmony, guided by the wisdom of the last daughter of Allah. The story of the last daughter of Allah teaches us that the earth is a living entity that deserves respect and care. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Click on the bell to turn on the notification. Thank you.